A $700 billion measure that would increase taxes primarily on the wealthy and tackle climate change and healthcare expenses has been signed by U.S. President Joe Biden. In today's video, we all know all about the new law. The law includes provisions to fulfill decades-old congressional commitments to lower the cost of prescription medications. The $3.5 trillion program that Democrats originally envisioned has a smaller budget in the final version. The plan of Mr. Biden's agenda might give momentum before the midterm elections. The outcome of the November election will determine whether Mr. Biden's Democrats retain control of Congress for another 2 years. The bill was lauded by the president as the last component of his domestic agenda as he signed it on Tuesday. The package includes $375 billion in investments to combat climate change, the largest federal expenditure in the field ever. According to a Climate Action Tracker analysis, the law will not a lot, but not insignificantly either, cut future global warming. According to a study by the consultancy Rhodium Group, it is expected to reduce U.S. emissions by up to 44% by 2030 compared to the current U.S. trajectory, which would reduce emissions by up to 35%. The law offers tax incentives for businesses to invest in renewable energy and refunds for people who buy electric cars or make investments in energy-efficient home modifications, but it does not mandate that businesses reduce their emissions. In a significant development, the package also enables the government to bargain for lower costs for some prescription drugs covered by Medicare, the government's health insurance program for people over 65. According to projections from the Impartial Congressional Budget Office, it will save hundreds of billions of dollars over the following 10 years. The plan was opposed by every Republican in Congress, Mr. Biden said on Tuesday, calling it a historic event. The legislation's key economic assertions have been challenged. According to a study by the Penn Wharton Budget Model, a team of economists and data scientists at the University of Pennsylvania, despite being dubbed the Inflation Reduction Act, IRA, the package will have no discernible influence on inflation. Democrats have vowed that the legislation will not result in any tax increases for people with incomes below $400,000 per year and that it will impose a minimum 15% tax on companies. For the Internal Revenue Service to hire tens of thousands of additional tax agents, the plan allocates nearly $46 billion. Although the amount spent on climate change is unprecedented, many of the reforms won't take effect for at least another 2 years, raising concerns about how the new programs will function. For instance, the tax credit for electric vehicles has pricing restrictions that, in the opinion of the auto industry, rule out practically all of the available options. In the last weeks, several ambitious ideas were dropped from the measure, including regulating the cost of the diabetes drug insulin and addressing a tax loophole for private equity corporations. That's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.